Most people believe wisdom arrives loudly, with signs, with certainty. Ancient thinkers knew better. They believed truth rarely announces itself. It waits, quiet, patient, watching who is willing to slow down enough to notice. This channel exists for those people. Welcome to Quiet Thinker. If you find yourself drawn to stillness, to questions without easy answers, consider subscribing. Not for more noise, but for fewer illusions. Long before modern language, before philosophy had names, there was a fable passed quietly among desert wanderers. It spoke of a city built entirely around a single tower. The tower had no purpose, no bell, no fire, no signal, yet every home faced it. From childhood, people were taught to look toward the tower whenever they felt uncertain, when afraid, when lost, when proud, when ashamed. The tower did nothing, but the people believed it saw everything. Over generations, something strange happened. No guards were needed. No laws were enforced loudly. No punishments were announced. People corrected themselves. A cruel thought softened before becoming an action. A lie dissolved before reaching the tongue. A selfish desire hesitated, not because the tower acted, but because it might be watching. One day, a child asked a simple question. Who lives inside the tower? The elders fell silent. Some said the wisest ancestor. Some said a god. Some said no one at all. The child wasn't satisfied. So one night, while the city slept, the child walked to the tower. The door was unlocked. Inside there were no stairs, no guards, no inscriptions, only a polished stone floor that reflected the child's face back at them. That was all. When the child returned and told the city what they found, panic spread. If no one was watching, why had they obeyed? Why had they restrained themselves? Why had they suffered in silence? Why had they lived as if judged? Some grew angry. Some felt betrayed. Some felt free. But the oldest among them said nothing. Instead, they asked one question. If nothing was watching, what exactly were you afraid of? Ancient philosophy often hid its sharpest truths inside simple images. This fable wasn't about a tower, or control, or gods. It was about the watcher we install inside ourselves. The Stoics spoke of this, the Buddhists too. So did early Taoists. They all pointed to the same quiet mechanism. Once the mind believes it is being observed, it begins to perform. Once it performs long enough, it forgets how to rest. And eventually, it forgets who it is without the performance. The danger isn't being judged. The danger is becoming the judge, watching yourself endlessly, correcting yourself endlessly, managing your image even when no one is there. A structure meant to guide you can quietly become a prison. In the fable, the tower is never destroyed. It remains standing. But the city changes. People stop looking toward it for permission. They stop measuring themselves against an invisible gaze. They act, not because they are being watched, but because they are present. And in that shift, something loosens. Not chaos, not selfishness, but a quieter form of responsibility, one that doesn't need fear to survive. If this reflection resonated, stay here a while. Subscribe to Quiet Thinker, because the most ancient philosophies weren't trying to give you answers. They were trying to remove the watcher and see what remains when no one is looking.